So we've seen some sideboarding here from both of the players. Luke Southworth 1-0 up after doming Quinton for 13 with a redirected Blasphemous Act.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've seen that this weekend, and it probably won't be the last given what's in this top 8 either.
So no mana dork for Quinton on turn 1, but he is going first, so he will stay ahead on mana.
Yep, no play from Luke on turn 1 either. And that's a rest in peace from Quinton, so that's going to stop any sort of sacrifice shenanigans from Luke, and it's going to make his Lingering Souls tokens a heck of a lot worse as well, or at least Lingering Souls the card a heck of a lot worse.
Luke has a turn 2 play of his own there.
Yep, Cartel Aristocrat. As far as sideboarding goes in this game, I think we're probably going to see another Blasphemous Act from Luke, maybe the Blood Baron as well, trying to keep himself a little bit higher on life. As far as Quinton goes, we've obviously seen the Rest in Peace already. He may also bring in something like a Boros Charm, maybe an Electric or something like that, just to try and deal with Luke's like army of X1 schmoes, but
so Quinton's winning the money race there.
Yeah, foil Boros Reckoners.
Beats the foil Lingering Souls for price.
Does it? I don't know, foil Lingering Souls are quite expensive. But yeah, the foil Reckoner is quite nice, although not as high as it would have been about 1 or 2 months ago. Quinton having a little bit of a think about what he wants to do this turn. And strangely for a standard match so far, neither player has shocked themselves. So Quinton's hand is, from what I can see, Restoration Angel, Bonfire, and one other I can't quite make out. Oh, he's got Domri Rade in hand as well.
Obviously, being a game down, he can't afford to make any mistakes now.
Nope. He does have some, he definitely has some options here, what he can choose to do. And he just passes the turn, so he's holding up Restoration Angel.
Interesting that he chose not to swing, though.
I don't think he wants to. Well, he's not going to sacrifice his Reckoner because it has first strike. He can give it first strike, so. It was interesting that he chose not to swing with his Reckoner and stay on defence, especially since he can untap it with the Angel anyway. I don't think that Luke's going to be blocking there. He might chump with one of his Lingering Souls tokens, but either way he gets in some damage.
So he's doing a sacrifice here?
Yeah, Luke's triggering Morbid for himself. Well, he's giving his Cartel Aristocrat protection so he can get in there, and he sneaks in for a cheeky 2. And 3 mana for his own Reckoner.
So we think Quinton's probably missed out on 3 damage there already early in this game.
Yeah, very possibly. And Restoration Angel from Quinton. Was that a Bonfire that went directly into Quinton's hand there without him looking at it? How many Bonfires does he have in hand? He does have 2 Bonfires in hand, so that was a Bonfire of the Damned that went straight from the top of Quinton's deck into his hand without stopping.
So he could have done a 3-point Bonfire there.
Which would have cleaned up Luke's board apart from his Cartel Aristocrat, although he would have had to sacrifice his Boros Reckoner because I imagine that...
But Luke would have gone to 14
yeah.
After Quinton would have done the 3 to the face off his own Boros Reckoner and then swung for 3, putting Luke to 11.
Yeah. And of course he would have had his own damage redirection effect from his Boros Reckoner, so Luke could in fact be on single digits in life at this point.
No, I included the redirect from that.
Ah,
I'm assuming that the Bonfire would have killed the Reckoner on Luke's side, which then would have killed the Reckoner on Quinton's side.
Which then would have dealt 3 damage back to Luke from the redirection.
So plus the 3 from the Bonfire itself,
yeah.
And the 3 from the Angel. attacking.
And the 3 that he missed earlier, so yeah, it would have been...
So yeah, Luke could be down at 8 at this point, and that's really the difference between sort of the good players and the best players.
Can just get in that extra little sneaky point of life. And Quinton now bonfiring for 2. It does make sense to bonfire for 2 as well, but...
No, it doesn't. I think you really want to get your opponent's Reckoner on the board, off the board, when you know they're playing Blasphemous Act.
Yeah, that's very true. Although now Luke can't play Blasphemous Act because he's on 12 and Quinton's Reckoner would actually kill him. So it's a... Boros Reckoner making Blasphemous Act dangerous.
I don't think it changes anything due to the fact that the way the stack works.
Well, Quinton's would resolve first due to not being the active player. And just so that people know, Luke did redirect 2 damage from that bonfire to Quinton, so that's why Quinton's dropped from 18 to 16. And 5 from Luke that, and another Cartel Aristocrat, so... in a straight up race situation here. Domri Rad could end up being quite a dangerous card here. We have 2... We still have that second bonfire in Quinton's hand, so... couple of options open to him here. Might just bonfire for 2 again. I mean, he'd only get one of the Cartel Aristocrats, but... makes Domri, and I think he's probably going to fight one. He's going to fight the untapped Cartel Aristocrat with his Boros Reckoner. Would be my guess here.
Luke should probably give it protection.
Well, I'll either give it protection or sacrifice it to give the other guy protection, whichever way he wants to do it.
I think you want an untapped one rather than a tapped one in play.
Very true. Of course, he may have other effects. Oh, dice. That's one effect. So he's putting the effect of Domri on the stack, and Orzhov charms the Boros. Oh, that's not Orzhov charm, Luke. That's Orzhov charm.
Just giving away what he has there next turn.
Yep. So Luke will take 3, going down to 9. And Cartel Aristocrat will find itself with nothing to fight.
Quinton says he's saying thinking is hard right now with the old hand on the head pose. So we see Dommy Rad fighting, backfiring there for Quinton.
Well, he's still got to do 3 to Luke for it. But again, you know, Luke would be on 3 life at this point if Quinton had just managed to nibble in for those extra points of damage.
He gets to do 2, doesn't he? That's the power of the Aristocrats.
Yep. So he's done. He's actually attacked. He's attacked Domri there, so he's not done any. He's not done any damage to Quinton. And that's Blood Baron of Orzhova. Sorry, not of Orzhova, of Viscopa. I say of Orzhova because it's black-white, but never mind. So now Quinton on 11. Makes his 7th land, so we're going to see that bonfire for 3. But that 7th land's a wolf run. That's got to be good news for him. Again, if it had nipped him for that damage, Luke would currently be dead.
Yeah, Luke would have been on something like 4 or 5 life, something like that.
Well, we think that Quinton's missed somewhere around 6 damage here. Now that's a little optimistic because Luke may have chumped with one of his spirits. Whether he does or not, we don't know.
Luke may not have attacked on that very last turn as well.
Exactly. So it's not a you know, it's not completely accurate that Luke would have been on 3 at this point. He may have certainly changed lines, but we think that Quinton may have missed a little bit of damage here for sure. And when you've got a situation like this, it may, this could very easily be what's swinging the game in your favour or not.
So Quinton's got a few choices. He could bonfire for 3. An attempt to try and sweep the board on Luke's side.
Yeah, if he bonfires for 3, well, the Blood Baron would still be alive, which would be a little bit of a problem. But yeah, he's going for the full-on bonfire here. His only other option really is to Wolf Run the Angel and hit him for 7, which I'm not sure is brilliant. So it really depends what Luke decides to do at this point.
Well, he's tapped out, so he can't have any fast effects.
Yeah, it's if he decides to redirect any damage or anything like that. I mean, he's going to take 3 from the bonfire come what may, so... I think he's just deciding whether he wants to keep his Cartel Aristocrat alive. He's basically got 2 options. One is to shoot Quinton for 3 with the Boros Reckoner and lose the Cartel Aristocrat, or to save the Cartel Aristocrat, but in doing that he doesn't do Quinton any damage with the Boros Reckoner. Because it's obvious he's keeping the Blood Baron alive, because that's what's going to win him the game at this point.
Oh.
Still thinking.
Luckily they've been playing the rest of the match at a pretty good pace, so he's got plenty of time for this decision.
Yeah, top 8s are untimed anyway, but
this was one of the first game ones to finish out of the 4.
Yeah, the first game was really quick, and the second game, this is a pretty complex board position, and Luke does in fact give his Cartel Aristocrat protection from red, so Luke drops to 6 and Quinton stays where he is.
Luke now goes to 3 from an attack from the Angel.
Yep, so he's dead to Wolf Run as it currently stands, because even with that 4 points of life link he is still dead. Luke attacks for 6, and this is going to put Quinton to 5. Now, I believe we have a problem coming up here. Now, you guys can see from our coverage we've been changing life totals whenever a genuine life total change takes place here. So, at this point, I believe that Quinton and Luke somehow come to the agreement that Quinton is now on 3 and not on 5.
As Luke took off the life attacking Dommy Rad instead of Quinton.
It's very possible he's done that. Because I overheard Luke on the microphone saying that did you take 2 for the bonfire earlier in the game, and as we can see Quinton did take 2 for the bonfire earlier in the game. And that's Blood Artist there, which currently does precisely nothing with a rest in peace in play. So Quinton actually has the on-table kill here, and oh, he's missed it. He has actually missed the on-table kill.
Maybe he realised straight away after playing it.
Yeah, I mean, he just slammed that.
Is it an armadillo cloak?
Well, it's not officially an armadillo cloak. It's called Unflinching Courage now because it gives lifelink, but it's rather than armadillo cloak, which was a triggered effect. But yeah, Quinton has missed an on-table kill here and just put Luke to 1.
And with the damage that he's already missed in this game, he's had several different ways to win.
Yep. And remember, folks, our life totals are showing what we believe the life totals to be, but I think that the players are currently agreeing that Quinton's life total is 2 less than what's on screen. So even though we have it at 5 all, I believe that Quinton's life total is currently reading 3 on his life pad.
Maintaining a correct game state is a pretty important thing still in Magic.
Yep. And that's Blasphemous Act from Luke, and he's sacrificing his blood artist to give his Cartel Aristocrat protection from red, so he is all in on the Cartel Aristocrat now. I mean, he had to get rid of that angel. Ugh, Huntmaster. It's just back and forth off the top of the deck now from these two. Falcon Wrath Aristocrat, and he's sacrificing a human to give the Aristocrat +1/+1. And of course, because Quinton believes he's on 2 less life than we believe him actually to be, that is an exact attack. So
now they go back to arguing about life totals for a bit, and unfortunately at no point they brought the judge over.
yeah, so pretty much everything this game. Top decks, life total disagreements.
And Quinton indeed concedes, being actually at 2 life. I'm sure he won't be happy when he sees the coverage.
I think he might even be more unhappy with the fact he missed an on-table kill anyway.
3 on-table kills if you take the missed attack and the 3 damage missed early from the Boros Reckoner.
Indeed.
So anyway, Luke wins the quarterfinal 2-0, and hopefully no one will tell Quinton what he did.